So it's crazy when you go to church. You get up, you go to church, you have the best day, sun is shining, sky's blue, all the things. You go to church and the preacher is preaching about warfare, and you say, wow, this is a really good message. And you're just like, yeah, and you're agreeing, total agreement. The word is solid, all the things. The fellowship is great. They had a coffee break afterwards. You sit down, you fellowship, and then you get home. And the opportunity to apply the message to a situation presents itself. And you're like, uh-huh, am I on point? So my daughter, she says, Mackenzie said, my daughter's 10. Mackenzie said that Emma is a good example of the B word. And I'm thinking, okay, my daughter is 10. I just had her the other day. She's coming home to tell me, just randomly, this is what happened in school. We weren't talking about it or anything. She just came out of the blue and she decided to share that. And I'm like, see, this is why these friends of yours, you really have to like. And I had to catch myself. Instead of starting to preach to her, I had to remember that we're in a war. This is warfare. And it seems so insignificant, right? Little 10-year-old friends talking about somebody else's the B word. And she's like, well, it's not me. It's not me. I said, well, Rachel, what did you do? What did you say when she said that? She says, well, I didn't say it. I didn't say it. It wasn't me. I said, well, I know it wasn't you. But what did you say when Mackenzie said it about Emma? Emma wasn't there. How would you like it if someone said that about you when you're absent? Wouldn't you want your friend to stand up for you? She's like, well, it's not me. I wasn't there. I mean, I didn't say it. And my thinking is going, and I'm thinking, how am I going to get her to see that it doesn't matter that she didn't say it? The fact is that she was present. How do I get my daughter to start thinking in a way that reminds her that she is God's shining dream in his heart without sounding all preachy? It takes some creativity to do that. I'm not certain that I succeeded, but I definitely made it my business to ask her, how would she feel? Don't you want to know that in your absence, your friend would defend you? That somebody would check someone who said something like that about you? She just listened and she looked at me. And I said, you have to really develop a backbone. And she was like, backbone? What do you mean backbone? What does that have to do with anything? Okay, guys, she's 10. I said, well, courage, Rachel. You have to have courage. She's like, what does courage and backbone have to do with each other? Courage, I told her. Before I said to her, well, what does a backbone do? A backbone allows you to stand up straight, to have good posture, right? To be circumspect. Courage is like a backbone. Why don't you just use the word courage? Well, it's a way to use words for you to understand. She says, I'm only 10, Mom. I'm only 10. But I wanted so much for her to understand that she is a leader. And I told her, you are a leader. She says, no, I'm not a leader. The teachers are leaders. I'm just 10. I said, no, you're a leader. You're God's shining dream in his heart. God expects you to take a stand and check people when they talk about other people behind their back. Because you wouldn't want someone to talk about you like that if you were absent. Now, would you? No, that's where I got her, because she certainly understood that part. Creative thinking in parenting and applying the scriptures while you're praying. And God, asking God to give you wisdom as you're talking to your child is so important. This thinking conversation, I mean, it touches every area of our lives. But a lot of times we don't think about it enough to realize that unless we hone the necessary thinking skills and the scripture and prayer, mix it up as the great, recipe that it is, then we'll just be flying, winging it, really. I'm not saying I did this perfectly today. I'm just saying it's an awareness that I am cultivating, and I'm encouraging you to cultivate it. So, how did that conversation end with my daughter? All I can say is that I saw in her eyes that the wheels were turning over and over, because she realized that she wouldn't want somebody to say that about her. I even quoted her a scripture, but I said to her, God has a plan for you. You are a shining gem in your heart. God says He has plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope in the future. And then I said to her, do you think God is prospering my life? She's like, prosper? What is prosper? She's 10. Well, do you think that God is pleased with my life? I can't remember if she agreed or not. But all of those little pieces that I tried to put together for her to get the picture, I think it registered. Now, time will tell. This parenting thing is a journey. It's a long journey, and she's only 10. And there's a great disparity in our generation because I had her just 10 years ago. So I have to consistently be trying to figure out ways to get creative to reach her at her 10-year-old self. But yeah, we are in a war. Warfare is real, spiritual warfare, and we have to be thinking creatively about how we're going to attack each area of our life, whether it's our parenting, our marriage, our relationships, our finances, your personal development, your physical health, whatever. Our platform here at Eve Speaks is to encourage you to know you so you can grow you. Happy Sunday. Yeah, that was my conversation with my 10-year-old today. I'm after creative thinking this week. Creative thinking. It makes a difference. Have a great day and click the link and subscribe for more tips. All right, bye-bye.